What's up, guys? Welcome to the third video. Well, this is the third video of the truck, but it's only the second video of us working on the truck and actually doing something productive. So let's check out what we have in store for today's video. So we're going to check out some of the wiring. Some of the wiring on this thing we're going to check out. What? You gotta be kidding me. What is this? What? Dude. No way. There's freaking beer cans. What? You gotta be kidding me. Well, boys, that's what happens when your old lady doesn't. You don't want your old lady to find out you're drinking or something. What? Oh man, unreal. Oh, there's more. Dude. Man, I tell you what. Look at this stuff. Just look at this. So you got hot wire, you got this aluminum thing right here full of beer cans. Look at this. Like, what is this? You know what this is? You don't need it. What else we got? Look at that. That's got a hole burnt in it. Man, unreal. Not just another red wire, which most likely usually is a hot wire. Just hanging there. Just hanging out. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a beaut right there, boys. Yeah, that's just waiting for something to short out on. What? Probably shorted out on all the beer cans in there. We just got loop-de-doos like this all over. Must be like a makeshift fuse or something. I mean, really, man. Look at that, just stuff everywhere. I've never seen anything so cobbled up before. Like, these two plugs don't even belong together. Like, that's totally... Man, I mean, I'm all for, like, cobbling a couple things to get by, but, like, this is just insane. I mean, these breakers, these circuit breakers right here, they're freaking overloaded. Look at that, there's just, like, aftermarket wire and fuse. Surprised that fuse ain't blown. Just stuff everywhere. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, this poor truck never got anything she deserved. But it got... It got all kinds of chrome and stainless steel trim. You know what I think about this kind of stuff?
This is what I think of automatic transmissions.
Right there. You know what? You know why that pisses me off? Because we were more worried about putting all these stupid lights on this truck and all this flashy garbage. But we weren't worried about this. That could kill somebody. Unreal, man. But anyway, yeah, so you know, that's the thing with getting somebody else's headache, you know. Not that I'm complaining. I enjoy this, you know. It's fun. It's just pointing out the obvious facts here. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do this truck is we're going to put those tow mirrors on it like Dodge pickups have. And we're going to take those mirrors and they're going to get extended all the way out, all the way over to that stop sign way down there. But we got this underway pretty good so far. The pile of wire I got ain't much to show for, but I promise we made some progress. They had a big huge ground wire that was attached from here, and it went all the way down through the cab to there. There's another, at least this is a ground wire this time, that's like chafed right down to the bare bones here. But I don't know what that was. But I grabbed the hold of it and didn't even do anything, and it just fell right out. So it's like, oh, what a great job. Look at this crap though, it's just unbelievable, man. I'm just gonna like just rip all this out. But another thing I noticed, I was just taking this thing off here, and our catwalk is completely held on by bungee cords. Yeah, I'm not, you know, the goal of this video isn't to bash anybody's work either. I mean, it is what it is. You know, not everybody knows everything and anything. It's just funny how some things are just so cobbled together and just crazy. Like, man, if the DOT seen that, I would imagine they'd probably give the guy a hard time for that just being bungee corded on like that. This crap out of here. Stupidity. Trying to do it one-handed isn't easy either. There we go. Nice. And now I can see what we got. Oh yeah, now we can see the frame splice a little bit better. Where it was attached. It looks like, yeah, it looks like right here is where the new frame meets the old frame. So that looks great. That's the one thing that looked like it was actually done right on this truck. Was the frame job. Supposedly this isn't just a cutoff on here. These are the original rear ends and everything. He said that the frame rails rotted out, and then he had it professionally redone. So they took all the suspension components off of the old rotted frame. He said it was rotted under the fifth wheel or something. And they got new frame rail and then bolted everything back on. So it looks like it was done really nice. So I'm gonna take all this stuff off, and I'm actually going to put a cap over it all the way from here up to at least the front of the battery boxes to double it there, because this is where the dump hoist is going to sit, right in this area. So we want it really strong right here, as strong as we can get it. Got another little pile of crap I took out. The stupid worthless antifreeze filters here to add glycol into the antifreeze. They had green antifreeze in a cat motor. It's usually a big no-no. But yeah, making progress. All right, we got some more wires disconnected here. Okay, so we're gonna, you know, I just noticed this was on a hinge, this whole steering column here. That's kind of neat. I thought I was gonna have to take the steering wheel off, but looks like I just took this bolt out, and looks like, oh, look at that! No way! Sweet, that's cool. It's like a cab over. Nice. That's convenient. All right, we got some more wires disconnected up in here. Making some headway here. Stuff this thing back in here now. All right, now we can pull this back and see what behind door number 2. Oh, no, this nonsense. Jesus. Unreal, man. Crazy, just crazy. Now this side here isn't cobbled up too bad. I don't know what the hell. I don't know why there's like just a fuse like hooked together here. That's really strange, but okay. Yeah, so there's a lot going on in here. Actually, this side actually don't look terrible though. This side really don't look too bad. So there is a lot of unnecessary wires though. Without a doubt, 100%. So we're just gonna keep on ripping and tearing. Look at this. This right here was just stuffed in there. There's like 500 feet of wire here. And all this, I don't know what's going on, but all that right there. So really conveniently, it was switched over from air to electric windshield wiper motors at some point, which is awesome because the air ones suck. But there's like 500 feet of extra wire, which is no big deal. It's just funny because it's like, wow. But then I found this in there. So this goes up around the sleeper, or around, this goes up around the door, and this was all for the sleeper. So that debunks what this wire is right here. This must have went to the sleeper because this truck did have a sleeper on it. Well, I'm not sure where I left off because it's been about a week since I worked on this truck. I got pretty sick with the stomach bug or something. I'd just been out of commission for a while, so probably got some brain damage too to add on top of the brain damage I already had. But anyway, I just wiped this thing off with some wax and grease remover and pressure washed the living crap out of it the other day. Got pretty much everything off. And today actually looks like it's going to be a decent day, so I got some Imron that I'm going to use for the firewall. And I don't have enough to do everything, which would have been nice, but I'm going to use some garbage Tractor Supply paint for the frame rails. That's probably going to peel off in a couple years, but oh well, we'll just paint over it when it does. It's not going to be a award-winning show truck here, obviously, but it's going to look nice when it's done though. It'll look nice for about the first week. Oh yeah, what do we got in store today? Besides a 200 and some odd pound chunk of iron. There's chunks of iron everywhere. Everywhere. Anyway, yeah, we got this 8-foot long 1/4-inch piece of frame rail here. This is 1 out of 2. Got one made at the steel shop. You guys guess what we're doing with this? Yeah, so we're back at the 81 Pete, and everybody that knows what I'm doing here, we all know that I'm putting a dump box on this truck, and I don't want to put a dump box on it just running this chintzy little single frame. And this frame is actually doubled, you can see, from here back, and I want to double it from here all the way to there. I should do it all the way up, but I ain't pulling off all this crap. I mean, I'm not hauling 800 tons with this thing, guys. Probably realistically gonna put like 16 ton on it. So honestly, the single frame would probably be fine, but I'm not gonna run like that. I like to overbuild things and do things safe. So that's actually a cap that goes on the outside, because if you were to put it on the inside, then you have to shorten all these cross members and everything. You have to shorten everything a 1/2 inch, because 1/4 inch on each side adds up to a 1/2 inch. And you'd have to shorten all these cross members and take all of them out. And you know what? Putting it on the outside is going to serve the purpose just as well. So I'm going to do that. So all the way from there, all the way to there, 8 feet long. So first thing we got to do is get all this crap pulled off. So I bought this truck and it came with a full tank of fuel, 100 gallons. And I spent like the last month siphoning it out little by little and putting it in my work truck and the skid steer and the lawnmower and all that. And I finally got her empty, so should be able to lift it off pretty easily. So I got to take that off. I got to take this air tank off, 2 brackets, and these 4 bolts right here for the clutch pedal pivot thing. Get you a little look down in here. I already started taking some hoses off. These are air tank bracket. So we're going to take all this crap off. We're going to clean this frame up, and we're going to set that piece up on here, mark all of our holes. We're going to, obviously take all the cross member bolts and everything out, mark all the holes, take it back off, mag drill them, put it back on, cross our fingers that everything lines back up, and hopefully, and then I'll paint the frame, the inside or the outside of this one and the inside of that one really well. So hopefully we don't get any future frame rust jacking, and hopefully everything will be hunky-dory. And if that all works out smooth, we're going to do the same thing on the other side and still getting a piece made from the other side. But we got plenty of work to do here, so let's get to it. Got everything unbolted. All the cross member bolts are off. I got some nuts and washers stacked under these cross members just to hold everything up here so nothing settles and the holes still line up pretty good. Came out pretty good. I only had to cut 1 bolt with the torches just because the head stripped out on it, because I got garbage 12-point sockets. I went ahead and needle scaled all this, wire brushed it quick, scraped it off, got this done. I put the new piece up here. Man, it fits like a glove. It fits like perfect. Put it up here and it gave it 1 kick, and it just went right over this thing perfect. And I went behind it and I marked all the holes, put the mag drill on this thing, and spent like an hour drilling all the holes. These are 5/8 bolts, but I drilled them all out to 11/16. That way it gives me a little bit of room for leeway, because 5/8 bolt and a 5/8 hole, there's really no room for error, and there was a few holes on this that they really were kind of hard to get to mark. So I'm hoping that everything lines up. This is the top front here where it's slimming down, where the motor mounts right about here. So that'll definitely give me plenty of peace of mind bolting this thing on. I wiped all this down with thinner, sprayed a coat of garbage paint on it, and I got a little bit of this Jongdong yellow left that I'm going to paint on the inside of this rail and the outside of the truck, and hopefully that'll, keep it safe for many years to come without rust getting in between and jacking these apart like they do. So we're gonna get to that next. Oh man, looks like we're turning our Peterbilt into a Hong Dong. Well, I guess the inside of the frame doesn't care what color it gets painted. Man, just globbed it on. I ran it right in there. You know what? Hopefully it'll do the trick. Yeah, I figured I'll probably let this dry, and then I'll like buff and wax it and polish it and everything to a mirror finish. Go crazy on it, wax it after I'm done, and then we'll bolt the 2 halves together. Either way, that should definitely prevent some rust from getting in between these frame rails. And then when it's done, I'll paint everything black on the outside, because that yellow and green thing, that doesn't look that good. All right, look at that. We got a double bubble frame going on. Actually, we got a triple frame going on here. 1, 2, 3. And then, so right there is where it overlaps. So that's about a foot right there. See on the other side. So overlaps there. The gas tank strap goes there. The gas tank, not the fuel tank. Then this air tank goes there, and then this one goes right there. And then these are just random bolts I drilled just to kind of hold everything together. Fuel tank strap. And then we got air tank straps right here. And then for the battery box, we got boom, boom. And then these 4 right here are for the clutch pedal linkage, all that to bolt onto. So we are pretty good. Man, I tell you, this thing just fits perfect. So I got it narrowed way up there in the front, kind of like where the engine mounts are gonna go and stuff. This thing just fits so good. So good. I'm wicked happy with it. Well, it's been a good week or so, probably a week and a half since the last video clip. So here's where I am now. I got this entire frame rail section all bolted on. So this side is done, doubled up. This side here I still got to do, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it because money's kind of tight right now, and this piece here isn't exactly super cheap, so probably wait on that for a while. This truck definitely turned into a lot bigger project than what I bargained for, but it is what it is. I mean, at the end, when everything's said and done, I think it's still going to be a better all-in-all truck for me personally than the 62 Peterbilt was. And just more stuff I could do with it. But anyway, yeah, so I got everything all bolted back on, got this painted, got everything all nice, got most of the stuff bolted on, and I've been working on a lot of the wiring. I mean, I don't even know what to explain on here because there's just so much to do. And I haven't filmed a lot of it because it's just so time consuming and I don't really have a plan. You know, I mean, wiring is pretty easy to me, especially basic wiring like I'm doing on this, but it's still a lot going on. So I got the main line here. I bought a whole roll of this off Amazon, 7 wire. I ran this all the way to the taillights. Of course, all the taillights are junk. This truck has more stuff cobbled up on it than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this has been the most cobbled up thing. Just I can't even explain. Just everything is just, every single thing I touch on this truck has just been hacked and whacked and cobbled and just everything. Every single last thing. But I got the cab lights hooked up. Of course, I had to take the whole headliner down. I thought the cab lights were just going to be a simple find the wire that goes down the A-pillar, and of course not. There was about 400 wires up there, and I just had to rip them all out and redo it. So I eliminated the radio because you don't need that anyway. You're not going to be able to hear it. I eliminated the lights. Those are just there for looks now. Just simple. All I got up there is 3 wires. I got a hot in the ground for the CB, and I got a switched hot for the 5 cab lights, and that's it. So I just put the headliner all back together yesterday and got that all done. Everything works. So here's my fuse box that I got. Cheap junk fuse box. Actually kind of disappointed. I went through and figured out what all the wires do for the turn signal, and I'm getting them underway. I took all these sensors out one by one, or whatever you want to call them, the air switches, and figured out what they do. The 2 on the left are for the brake light switch, the 2 on the right are for the low air warning. So I ran all the hots to them from the fuse block. Well, actually, all the hots to them come from the ignition switch. That way, when the truck runs out of air, when it's off, the low air buzzer right here doesn't come on. But anyway, pretty much all I got done so far. It's just been super slow process because I haven't really had the time or the money. The biggest thing is money here. It'll get done eventually. It's coming along. You know, hopefully I'm hoping within another month or so I'll have it done, but that's what I said 2 months ago.